This will probably be the simplest video I'll ever make, but I promise it will benefit you and your car if you haven't done it already, of course. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. One of the most common questions that I receive over the years with multiple cars that I've owned is, how do you clean your car? And how do you keep the car clean for so long? Well, there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm not gonna cover all of it in this video, but I will cover one thing that I've done to all my previous cars and I haven't done to the E90 yet. Aftermarket wheels is one of the very first modifications we all do once we get a new car. It really makes the car look a lot more aggressive, and it helps us stand out from similar models out on the road. That said, they are a to keep clean. An absolute nightmare. Not sure too much about other brands, but BMW in particular, especially BMW M cars, they produce a ton of brake dust from factory. And no, my 335 is not an M car, but it does have F80 pads, calipers, and rotors. It creates a ridiculous amount of brake dust, and it's just not a good look. Back when I used to own the F10 M5, that was like the worst car for brake dust. 6 piston calipers up front. I would wash the car, spend like 3 hours detailing it. I would drive for like a mile and a half, and the wheels looked like absolute garbage right away. And here is the solution: ceramic pads, ultra low dust, OE grade noise dampening system, which definitely was a requirement for me, extended pad and rotor life, superior stopping power, lifetime warranty. See website for details. The brand, Hawk Performance, race proven, street legal. Here's what you get in the box. You got the Hawk Performance sticker, you have lubricant for the back of the brake pads, and you have the ceramic pads themselves. I know what you guys are thinking. Christian, you clickbaited me into watching this video so I can watch you replace the brake pads on your car. I did. Hear me out. Let's be real for a second here. By using this combination of title and thumbnail, it's gonna get a lot more people's attention, especially in today's super saturated YouTube market. Therefore, more people are gonna click on the video, watch it, learn something, and benefit long term. That's the reason behind it. Imagine if I would have made the same video, just titled swapping out my OEM pads for ceramic pads on my 335, it would reach a lot less people. I mean, the OGs would probably still watch, but less people would know about this benefit of swapping out the brake pads for ceramic ones. Remember I said I cleaned my car like a day and a half ago? Well, yeah, it only took like 3 hours of doing pulls in Mexico to get a freaking blanket of bugs on my front end. Like I said, this is gonna be a very simple video. Just take the wheel off, take the clips off from the caliper, remove the old brake pads, slap the new ones, and voila. Not a single day goes by without one of you guys messaging me on IG asking for an update for the rare F80 M3 calipers for the 335. That's because there really hasn't been any update. They had a prototype going on, seems legit, garage that is, and they said it was a little bit sketchy, so they decided not to follow through with it. They did say they'll have a complete retrofit kit for the 135 to get these on, and for the E90X cars, you would have to get E90 M3 knuckles and a spacer kit that they're also gonna offer. So a little bit more work. I might do that once I get M3 knuckles, and then I guess I'll update you guys in that video, hopefully within a week or two. We'll see. Before we swap anything out, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. All right, where is it at? Oh God, I just remembered. The brake fluid reservoir is actually underneath this cowl, meaning I'm gonna have to remove it. So I can take the lid off, so then I can remove the old pads and then push the piston back so I can fit the new pads. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, there she is, and we are good. For my specific setup, if you have F80, F82 M3 or M4, or you have F30 M Sport brake package, you have 2 pins right here that you have to punch out, and then that's gonna release this clip that holds the brake pad. So let's go ahead and punch those out right now. I'm trying to be super careful here because I do not want to ruin the awesome paint on these calipers. Let me move these rotors just a bit. By pressing right here on this clip, it should come right out. There it is. And you notice how it releases this clip right here. There you go. That's all of it right here. Now, the brake pads are essentially free. And no matter what setup you have, the brake pad should easily slide out once you got that main clip that holds them together. I do have a brake sensor that's attached to this one right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. I believe all you have to do is just pinch the end of it, and it comes right out. This one doesn't have a sensor, so just take it out. Here's a quick look between the ceramic ones that are going on. Here they are, versus the OEM ones that I just took off. Plenty of meat left on them. I mean, I think they only have like 3,000 miles on the pads and the rotor, so they're pretty brand new. They just make a lot of brake dust, and I think it's because they're more comfort oriented, a lot less noise and less of a bite, so it's just more comfortable to use versus these that probably have more of a bite. Stopping power should be optimized for the most part, and you'll have maybe slightly more noise, but not too much, according to what the packaging says. But the most important thing is that they won't create as much brake dust, which means you won't have to clean your wheels as frequently. I had a little bit of a question with these little weights that are on the OEM pads, because there's like a blank section right here where you can add them to. I called up my friend Ali, he's a BMW tech, and he said that I don't have to transfer them on. So we'll just listen to him install these without transferring those little weights. Applying this red grease that comes with the pads is a step many choose to ignore. This will allow the brakes to operate much quieter. All you have to do is apply an even amount to the back of the pad that makes contact with the piston or the caliper itself. I use my old pads for reference to ensure I cover the portion that makes contact with the pistons. I also applied a thin layer to the pistons themselves just to ensure I got good coverage. Of course, this would be the perfect time to check your rotors and make sure they're even. They're not warped, they don't need any resurfacing, or they need replacement altogether. Like I said, mine only have 2,000 miles. They're good to go. I should be fine. So I'm not sure what triggered me to read the instructions on this box. I've changed so many brake pads over the years, but I guess because I'm making a video, I wanted to give you guys clear instructions. It says here, if you're changing out old pads for new pads on a pre-existing rotor that's not being resurfaced, it says you need to remove the contaminant from the old brakes and sand the rotors with 130 grit sandpaper. Yeah, that's something I'm not gonna do in this video. I've never done it before. If that's something you guys want to do with your car when changing the brake pads, feel free. I'm not gonna do it on my video. I've never done it before and I don't see why I would have to. To install the new pad, I'm essentially just doing the reverse of what I did before to remove them. I know I've released the cap for the brake fluid reservoir, but I don't think I need to because the pistons are pretty far back already, so this should be enough room to install them. Yep. And then I'm gonna go ahead and install this sensor. Installing the second pad. Okay, so this one might be a bit of a tight squeeze. All right, so this is what I like to do to push the pistons back. I just use the old pad. It should fit in there. I'll push it back like this. Gotta be careful with the rotor though. Do the same for this one. Put a little bit of pressure. There we go. Now these should be able to slide right in. Perfect, there you go. Now I'm just gonna make sure I line up the holes here for the brake pads so it fits right in just like that. Last thing to do is to install this clip that goes right in between both pads. Get the pin to go through it. I'm just gonna use the hammer to lock it all up. And that's it. I won't bore you guys by showing you guys the same exact thing I did on the driver's side. So, and done. I know I didn't talk too much about the rear wheels or doing like the rear brake pads as well. It's because I'm looking to change over to those F80 M3 calipers. So once I change the rotors, I'll address that. Plus, you don't really get that much brake dust in the rear anyways compared to the front. But if you are gonna go with ceramic pads in the front, you're planning to keep the rear caliper how it is, I'd probably just buy all four. The last thing to do is to properly bed in the brake pads. I know some people do it, some people don't. It's like mixed opinions out there. In the box it does say to do it, so I'll do it for this video. So let's get to it. Bending the brake pads, I followed the instructions from Hawk Performance. I made 7 engagements from 30 to 35 miles per hour, applying medium pressure on the brake pedal and not allowing the car to come to a complete stop. Immediately after doing that, I made 3 brake engagements, this time using hard pressure and again not allowing the car to come to a stop. I then let the car sit for 15 minutes to allow the brakes to cool, and I inspected them to make sure that the rotors were fine. So I've been driving my car for a few days just to make sure everything's okay with the brakes, and I can give you guys my first impressions, and to be honest, can't tell a difference. They feel just like OEM. I mean, the main benefits to these pads is really like if you're taking a car to the track or you're going for a spirited drive, you get better braking performance, less brake fade, and of course, you get less brake dust. Something unfortunate did happen, which really sucks. Take a look at the inside of the barrel. You see that very nasty scratch on the inside barrel of the wheel? It's extremely deep and it goes all the way around. That literally just happened yesterday. One of the cons of having F80 M3 calipers on 18-inch wheels is that there's very slim clearances between the caliper and the wheel. Looks like a rock got stuck in there. For the first time ever, that's never happened to me. So a rock got stuck between the caliper and the wheel, and it created that nasty gash. Normally it wouldn't bother me because it's in the inside barrel of the wheel, but from the outside you can actually see it. Not sure if anybody else will notice, but I know it's there and it's bugging me. I could probably get it repaired, but I'll probably just go ahead and buy another wheel outright. My original idea for this video was to install the pads, clean the wheels, drive it for like 2 weeks, so I can show you guys the results of having the ceramic pads on the wheels, but I don't want to keep you guys waiting for content, so I won't do that. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and update you guys there. This is not my first time installing ceramic pads on cars, so I know they work. If you enjoyed this video, fun and informative, do me a favor, hit the like button. It'll let me know that you guys want to see more videos just like this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.